the 5 majors. Those are the ones you have to have. And then you want to have a couple others that are going to be able to answer certain questions. So if you're doing somebody that's shooting baskets or shooting free throws, okay, you want to ask questions like, how long have you played basketball? Do you play basketball competitively? Do you play on a college team if you're doing the college players? Do you play recreationally? How many hours a week do you play basketball? Okay. If you're taking the college team, then were you a recruited athlete? The next question is down. Were you a recruited athlete? Because if you're not a recruited athlete, then are you on scholarship or are you a walk on? You used to ask, are they on scholarship? Because they know you have to do is take that number and the rest of them are walk ons. So I mean that's how easy that works. You know, if you're using an activity class or something like that, then you want to ask, have you ever played this sport before? Okay, so like let's take the example of how many years you played basketball. So let's say it's a college team, but it's a brand new college team. They grabbed a whole bunch of people that never played basketball before. I use the analogy of when I did when I used to do private lessons for volleyball. Okay, I didn't want the elite athlete to come out and hang out with me because they weren't the marketing person for me because they're not going to grow very much. When I was trying to make money at the deal, I wanted the kid that couldn't play volleyball, who the parents want them to get the college scholarship, even though there's probably no way in heck they're ever going to get one. But I could take that kid and I could teach them 3 things in a workout, and mommy and daddy come back and look at them, and they're ready to open up the checkbook and just start writing checks because now all of a sudden their child's getting better. That's it. I know my demographic. I love to have those great kids because it's easy money, but the ones that are really bad that I can teach them something and they have an open mind and they're ready to go, I can then expand them and they're going to be say, hey man, this guy over here really helped me get better. And now I start getting clientele in. That's what your demographic survey does. You're going to be doing something with your clientele that they may grow, get better at, or they may get worse. And you don't care if they get better or worse. All you care about is they do something. Okay. So the idea is that if you have 2 sets of numbers, let's say I'm shooting free throws. And my first I make out of the 10, the first time I make 4, and the second time I make 8. Okay, great. My numbers went up. But why? Well, did I just start learning the game? And it's my first time I've ever done it. And right now I've gone from 4 to 8 because I'm learning the game, and everybody else in the group is learning the game. So whatever's going on in that time between your first and your second, now you can say because they're beginners, they're the drastic increase because of the training they're getting. So let's say I've been playing the game for 20 years, and in 4 weeks, in the 3 weeks, my scores go down. Okay, I know I've been playing for 20 years, my scores go down. Now I'm going to look at how much basketball a week am I playing. And if I'm playing 25 hours of basketball a week, my numbers may be going down because I'm physically exhausted. So your numbers tell you a lot. At the same time, your demographics tell you why your numbers may go that direction. Okay, so like when my son did a science project on the pitching, okay, threw 10 pitches one day, 3 weeks later did another pitches. He counted approximately how many throws they did during the week. The people who pitched in games and practiced the same amount as everybody else and pitched the games, their numbers went down. Everybody else's numbers went up in terms of speed. Why? Because their arms are rested. The other folks' arms are tired. Had an answer, got an A on the project. That's the outcome. Okay, something to write about. If it had gone the other way, he just still had something to write about, but now it just changes a little bit. So that's what you're looking for. Without that demographic survey being strong, then having enough questions. Now you only need 3 or 4 more questions after those 5 majors because you're only going to have a few numbers. So if I send it back and I say you need to beef this up, those other questions, then you need to take those questions and keep them simple. How many years have you been playing the sport? How many years have you done? How many have you ever played on a team? If it was something like tennis, have you ever taken private lessons? Volleyball, have you taken private lessons? Okay. Did you play in
Can
high
we
school? Yes. Go ahead.
can we can we still resubmit it? Like if we need to add more questions, like I know already, like I did some pretty good questions, but I know I need to add more.
Yes,
So is
ma'am.
it possible I can still? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Please do. Okay. Because if I look at it, I'm gonna send it back. Just resubmit it, and we'll be good.
Okay.
If you
I
go to
haven't got anything
it
back.
would say then go ahead and just resubmit.
Okay.
Okay. When you resubmit like that, just go ahead and shoot me a text message. Hey,
All right.
I just posted something in there. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll go in and I can pump them out really quick. Okay. And then you want to try and format it like it is on the screen right now. Get rid of this first line right here that you do not have to use all these items. Keep the
Okay.
directions and then try to make it look as close to this as possible. Okay. Some of these questions are just examples, you know. So, I mean, if you think your team is smart and it's going to weigh into it, use this, you know. Stay away from, where's a good question to stay away from? I think I took them all out of there. Oh, what is your primary sport in college, or do you play any other sports? You don't have time for that. That's very labor intensive. So just deal with the sport that they're playing. Are you a junior college transfer? That might work for you. Um, let's see. Are you a two sport athlete? I don't know. Some of your people might be a two sport athlete. So keep it very simple, but you want to have about 5 questions that are real important. Okay. So now the next step. Okay. Any other questions on the demographic survey? Does it kind of make sense now?
Yeah.
All right. So you have that. You should, at this point, know who your participants are. You should know what you're studying. You should know who your participants are. Okay. Get your demographic survey finished. As soon as you have your demographic survey and your participants, run your first set of tests. Okay. Give them the demographic survey, get it back, do your test, your first round of testing. 3 weeks later, do your other testing, and then you're ready to finish your paper. Next week, you'll get you're gonna get the introduction, okay, and how to do the introduction, and then you're gonna write up the introduction, and you're gonna post it in there as a rough draft, and then I'll send it back. If I have time tonight, maybe I'll get into that and give you what you need for that too. Okay, so I did not post. I didn't post your assignment for this week because I could tell that you guys were a little bit behind on the other stuff. Okay, so what I want to do now is let's see, we've done the survey, we've done the lit review, we've done uh, the participants that you need to work with. Your purpose statement should be in. Okay, this is all part of a part of your overall project. Okay, starting tonight. Okay, and what's going to happen is because you're still working on the other stuff, as soon as we're done, I'm going to post the video for the frequencies. If this video works, I'm going to post this video so you can go back and watch it. Okay. And then I'm going to go through how to do the frequencies right now, your first write up. Okay. And then this is how the rest of the semester works. Okay. You've got X number of tests that you have to finish. The next 3 weeks, okay, are for the tests that you will need to do your project. Okay. After that, all the other tests are important, but not to your project. They're important to understanding stats. There will be a video, okay, that will have an example in there. You will have something that looks like the one on the right here, with just the same boxes that'll be in the different data, but it'll be the same boxes, and you're going to do the same write up that I do in the video, but with the brand new data. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Please don't send me back the data I send you, the write up I send you in the example. Don't send me that back. I already did that. I know that's right. I need you to take those numbers and rewrite it in the same way. Just, of course, it's going to be a little bit different because you're going to know exactly what the actual study is, and then you're going to be able to put it together pretty easily. This goes directly to your demographic. This first section of frequencies and descriptives go right to your demographic survey. Okay? So once your demographic survey is done, when we meet in class, we're going to run it through SPSS. You're going to get your data, and it's going to come and look out. It's going to look just like it does on the right here. Okay? These are your descriptives, and then these are your frequencies. Okay? Descriptives, okay, go to things that have a number. 9 years of playing basketball. My age is, I'm 28. If you believe that, I'll say you an island. Okay. What all the ages. Okay, and it's going to give you a minimum and a maximum. This big N right here is for, what do you call that? Your total participants. So in this study, which was done at a city college in let's see, Victor Valley, and she was the dance teacher for the college, and she was looking at their performance, and not only just how long they've been performing, but their actual body image compared to their performance. Did they think they were fat? Did they think they were fat always right before a performance? How did they feel about their body image? Okay, so in this one we have age, and this is years through performances. So basically, it's how many years they were performing, and it's going to have. They had 40 participants right here. The minimum, like for age, was 14 to 37. Now the mean. If you understand the definition of the mean is the arithmetic average. So between 14 and 37, out of all the answers that were there, okay, the mean was 20.08 years. So basically, they were 20 years old. And then the standard deviation, which is the deviation from that mean. So this is an easy one. So going backwards, it's about 16. The ages are from about, the major portion of the ages are from 16 to 24 years.